Lakers winners of 6 in a row and 12 of their last 14 get blown out in their final game before the All-Star break on the road to the Utah Jazz. Jazz put up 131 points. They took advantage of the Lakers' lack of rim protection tonight, especially with Jackson Hayes going out early with that injury. 54-36 points in the paint. They doubled them up there. Also had 26 fast break points, double-digit offensive rebounds. And, guys, the Lakers, great from the three. I mean, 20 of 50, but free throw line just 17 of 30. Big game, James.
Yeah, the numbers don't lie. And looks like tonight, second time playing Utah this week. It's kind of hard to go at a team back-to-back at their place. And, it's the last game of before All-Star break. But nevertheless, Utah took care of business at home. They outplayed the Lakers in the paint, as you mentioned. Not knocking down your free throws, it really doesn't give you a chance. So, it was kind of a trap game. One game before the All-Star break. You've been playing great the last few weeks, but Utah weren't going to be defeated 2 times in a row by the Lakers. And, no rim protection. That's with no AD in there, no Hayes, as you mentioned. It was layup city. So it's one of those games they had to throw it in the trash, go enjoy the break, come back and get back on track the way they were.
Yeah, Rob, the Jazz used a 20-2 run. I think the Lakers got it to within 4 or 5 there in that third quarter. It was that 20-2 run kind of opened up the game. And when you're not hitting free throws and you're just, given second possession, it's hard to get back in it.
Yeah, when you watch this game, when they cut it to 4, you're like, okay, we're right there. And it's like the Jazz turn it up. They got a couple of easy baskets. They had was it 4 or 5 dunks in a row?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on? And they were all alley-oops. It was just back doors. It was simple basketball. And that goes to show you that you talk about All-Star break, and you talk about guys not focused because the attention to detail wasn't there. And I'm sure that's something J.J. will address. But little things like that get you caught up. And this is one of those games where you play on a team like the Utah Jazz, you got to win regardless of where you're at because you look in the standings, you're right where you want to be. And so you got to keep that mental focus. And I know it's hard before the All-Star, but the teams who win championships stay focused and they win the games they're supposed to win.
And Brez, unfortunately, knew it would be tough coming into tonight because you're already down Gabe and Dorian Finney-Smith. You're talking about 2 of your better defenders. And then you don't plan on losing Jackson Hayes, but you lose him 7 minutes into the game, and he's actually off to a good start. Then it's tough.
Yeah. Alex Len, welcome to the Lakers. You've been here for like 10 minutes. You're going to have to play all this time because Hayes goes down in the first quarter. And, yeah, like you mentioned, 2 of your good defensive stalwarts not playing in this game. Felt like a loss of attrition. They've been playing so well the last 3 weeks, James. They beat Boston, they beat the Knicks, they beat the Clippers, and then tonight happened. I'm not going to say it was predictable. The Lakers were favored by 9. They should have beat this team. To your point, Rob, you got to beat the teams that are the bottom 1, 2, 3 in your conference. Didn't happen, but you almost can let it slip a little. Luka foul trouble. He's still getting acclimated after sitting out almost 7 weeks because of that calf injury. And the Lakers lost the hustle categories, the stocks category, to be specific, 18-8. That's too big. You can't lose the steals and blocks that badly, Rob, and expect to be in the game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Jazz are 12-40. It's no big secret that they're struggling this year, also probably positioning themselves for Cooper Flag. But they are NBA players, and they have good, solid guys on their team, and tonight they came to play. Larry Markkinen, Collins, and Walker Kessler, who was talked a lot about before the trade deadline. Lakers just didn't have an answer for them, a heavy dose of pick and roll.
They just beat us on the other night. They come to our place, let's get up for them, and they were ready. And you had several players, as you just saw there, play phenomenal basketball, and the Lakers just could not find their footing, especially after Hayes went down. I forgot that we didn't have Benny Smith or Gabe, but still, there were moments right there with LeBron and Luka still on the team, and other guys. And Reeves, Rui, they still should understand the significance of this game going into the break and try to nail it. Unfortunately, it didn't happen.
And we didn't even talk about Clarkson, who had 21.
Yeah.
He's a plus 33. It's so many things that went wrong in this game. And as a player, there's certain things you got to understand. If you have an off shooting night, go to the rack. These guys are great guys. Think about it. They beat some good teams.
Yeah.
And especially in Utah, one of the toughest places to play. You gotta be focused when you go up in there.
I'm sure tomorrow night when they play the Clippers, then they'll be thinking about All-Star break. And
Yeah.
won't play
Markkanen
tomorrow.
will miss 11 threes and
A couple guys will sit.
Yeah, take one rebound. It's kind of funny because we talked about this before the game. Lakers had it lined up. They beat this Utah team. They go into the break. Pretty easy schedule to start. Coming back on the other side of the break, you got Charlotte here in LA. Then you go to Portland, who's playing better, but still bottom few in the West. Well, that gets punted a little bit, Geet, but still tremendous run up for this team going into the break. They were 10-1 in their last 11 before tonight. You can't be that upset about it. I do worry a little bit about this team against teams with guys who are good in the paint and have protection, rim protection. Walker Kessler, I never believed all the smoke that he might be getting traded, James. He's young. He's still on his rookie contract, and he's good.
Perfect 8 for 8, 16 points.
Yeah, so that to me was just a farce. Maybe the Lakers can get Walker Kessler. Yeah, I wasn't buying into that. The guy's young and a cheap contract, and he's really, really good, Geet.
How concerned are you guys about Jackson Hayes? Obviously he's going to have some time off now.
They do miss his energy. He flows well. The continuity is good with the starting lineup. So, yeah, even though he doesn't have that size as a rim protector, he's been our guy as far as, rebounding, alley-oops, and playing with that first unit mostly.
Yeah, when you see something like that, it's probably concussion protocol because it took him a while to get up. I'm not worried about him coming back. That was one of those hits where we've seen, a former player take those same hits and come back. So I'm confident he'll be back and be his flaming hair self.
Yeah, this is all, if the Lakers had acquired a center at the trade deadline, which they thought they had, then Jackson's your backup. Sorry, he's your starter now. And, if he gets hurt, Alex Len's going to have to play big minutes. Koloko's going to have to get out there and play, 15, 20 minutes perhaps. So just a bad sign. They play again in the week, Heat. Hopefully he'll be okay by then. All
right, let's hear from J.J. Redick. He's speaking with Mike Trudell in the media.
Yeah, I don't really buy that. I think there's our guys, the spirit and all that stuff has been great. I thought we were locked in. I think the more human nature element is playing the same team twice in a row and feeling like it might be easy because we just beat them and we're 3-0 against them. And, I think our preparation was there. I think our guys' preparation was there. Sometimes you just momentarily can lose sight of the things required to earn a victory, and I thought defensively to start the game, it was just like Markkanen could just move wherever he wanted to move. We weren't physical. We didn't talk. Never really got to a place in the game where we were talking and executing the off-ball curl switch rules. And you give a team confidence. You let them be comfortable, and this is what happens. That's the NBA.
Do you have anything more on Hayes? Obviously left the game with a facial contusion. Did you
I don't have anything else. Just facial contusion. That's what we have right now.
Just any larger kind of moving or big picture thoughts as you head into the All-Star break of the way the team is building?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just, getting all our key guys healthy. Obviously Braun has put in a lot. AR has put in a lot. Those guys need a break. Luka continuing to build towards being able to play his normal minutes and being, in game shape. The reality is, he took 6 weeks off and is working his way back still, getting Doe and Gabe back, and I think when our group is healthy, we can compete at a very high level.
Dalton scored in double digits, and it's pretty improbable that maybe that may never happen again a week ago. So just what do you make of his night tonight, and it just from body language standpoint, the other night it didn't seem like maybe he was totally connected. Did you see anything in terms of his spirit tonight?
I thought his spirit was good. I thought he played well. We're not going to talk about it anymore. Like we've talked about it. He's in a good spot. We're good.
JJ, two for you. Alex Len debut. Probably didn't envision having to start him for a half, but how did you think it went under the circumstances?
I thought he was fine. He again, it feels like it's been a lot of that this year. Where we're just like we had to put guys in tough spots. We've had to put our two-way guys in tough spots. We had to put Alex in a tough spot. He was fine.
And just you mentioned sort of the break needed for Austin and for LeBron. I mean, personally for you, like, a lot has happened in the last 35 days or so. Are you going to be able to unplug during this, knowing kind of your mindset? And do you think you, like, personally would benefit from a little bit of a reset here over the next few days?
I do. I do think I would benefit from that. I'm hoping that we have. I hope my goal for All-Star break is. I know this sounds simple. My goal for All-Star break is that I finalize my insurance claims and that I find an apartment to live in. So that's what I'm hopeful for. And I get out of the hotel, and that would be nice. I'm going to tell my staff, don't fucking talk to me the next 2 days. If you need something over the weekend, I'll be back in the office Monday. Actually, I'm going to go to the office tomorrow too, but for a different reason. But I'm coaching my kids this weekend. I'll be with my family. It'll be nice.
JJ, what did you make of round 2 with Luka out there offensively, and just it felt like he seemed more comfortable with the group, and
we did some good
comfortable.
stuff when he was on the court. Again, it just we've had a number of these games over the last month where we're playing down lineups we've never played. We've got guys on minutes restrictions. Like it's nonsense. It's just nonsense. And our guys in group have been awesome, and we weren't tonight. That's just the reality. We weren't good as a group. That's okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.